Chanel came out with new blushes and it's a new formula for them. It's the cream to powder blush. There are 5 new shades in this collection and I did pick up 4 of them. So again, it is a new formula. I don't believe that it's limited edition, so it's going to be a new line that they're coming out with. The powder blushes are not being discontinued, even though my favorite shade in the powder blushes, Alizane, that one's been discontinued. I'm really upset with that. If I would have known that, I would have picked up a backup because I love that shade. So now Chanel has 2 different blush formulas that we can choose from. So let's talk about this new formula, the cream to powder blushes. These do cost $52 each and you do get 8 grams of product in this blush, which is 0.28 ounce of product. It does come in the classic Chanel packaging with a velvet pouch. Now one thing that it doesn't have a cover like some of the blushes that they have, or a brush with it. So I was kind of shocked that there wasn't a cover since this is a cream to powder blush. But let's see what this product is. This is a blush that is both creamy and versatile, featuring a new ultra fine velvety texture. When applied directly to the cheeks using your fingers, this formula blends seamlessly with the skin for buildable color intensity, ranging from subtle to powerful. This is an exclusive patent technique with no white base, unleashing the full potential of the pigments and giving maximum color saturation. Color intensity provided by the wet pigments allows for rich shades and transparency in the body of the formula. These treated pigments are more compatible with the skin, therefore guaranteeing longer lasting color. This contains sage oil combined with the emollients, offers improved comfort for up to 12 hours. Again, there are 5 new shades and I picked up 4 and I did get them at our boutique in Dallas. I don't know when they'll be available online here in the US, but I'm sure if you call a boutique, they'll be happy to take your credit card and mail it your way. Since this is a new line and it's not limited edition, it should be available in most places that sell Chanel products. So when I went to the boutique, they had 4 of the 5 samples out for me to swatch. I'll put a picture or a video here to show you the 4 shades that I swatched at the boutique. Now I was able to swatch the one that I didn't get, and that's the lightest one. And I believe the name of that one is Beige Eclatant. I believe that's the name of it. But as you can see, it's my skin tone, so I didn't pick that one up. So I still wanted to show you what that shade looks like. If you're my skin tone or deeper, that one's just not going to show up on our skin. So I didn't even bother with that one, but I was glad that I was able to swatch it for you guys. The one that they didn't have for me to swatch was Rose Ardent, but I did pick that one up. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch these on my arm for you and apply it to my cheeks. And again, I have 4. 2 of them are more rosy tones, the lighter shades, and 2 are a little bit more deeper. So I'll apply the lighter ones first, take that off, and then apply the deeper ones. Let me start with the lightest one first. This is Rose Radiant. As you can see, I already put my fingers in there for swatches, and it does have that creaminess to it, and it does have a scent. It's more of like a rose perfumey scent, but we'll see when I apply it to my face if I can smell it. I smelled it when I opened up the packaging. But this is very creamy and velvety, and before I swatched it, I did some B-roll of how it looked, and you can just kind of see how velvety the texture is. And again, let me show it to you, the texture after I put my finger in there, so you can kind of see that it is emollient. So again, this is Rose Radiant. It's a light, I would say it's a light pink. So it does say to use your fingers to apply it, but if you want a sheer, soft color, you can use a brush. So let me go ahead and use a brush first and then apply it with my fingers. And I'll be using the reference number 4, the 04. And let's see. All right, we'll see if it picked up color here. And I'm not wearing any bronzer. Yeah, this is a very sheer wash of color on my cheek using a brush. Let me just try building it up. Or maybe I need to try a different brush. Yeah, this is very sheer. Enough to where it just gives me kind of like a flushed look. But let me go ahead and use my fingers. Let's see if this will be any better. Again, this is the lightest one. All right, oh, that is a pretty color though. But I do need to build this one up. I mean, it's not bad, but if you are darker than me, this one plus the Beige Eclatant, that one will not show up on our skin. This is very nice. It's very soft, very romantic, but it is kind of light. Yeah, it is kind of light. I'm still building it up with my fingers. Let me see if I kind of like do a stamping and pull. Yeah, that way I get more color. Oh. And that's not bad. Oh, I like it like that. So yeah, instead of just, softly pounding it on, I'd recommend just applying it and then swoosh. I don't know what that has a name to it, but just use your finger and then pull. Let me know if you know what that technique is. But yeah, that way you do get more of a color payoff. And actually, that's not bad. I kind of like it. A brush doesn't work well for me, but using that technique of applying it and then pull works. But this is a pretty color. It's not bad when you build it up. Now let's go to Rose Ardent, and this one is a little bit deeper. Again, when you put your fingers in there, it is kind of velvety, very smooth. All right, let's put you here. It's a little bit brighter. And let me just build that up one more time. Yeah, it's a little bit more brighter. Kind of like more of a cool tone pink, where this one's a little bit warmer. Let me go ahead and use the brush using the same one. And let's see if this one, yeah, this one gives me a little bit more pigment using the brush. But I have a feeling using my fingers would be a little bit more for me. Actually, with this shade, using a brush does give me more of a flushed look. Whereas this one with a brush, you can see it, but it's just very light. Let me go ahead and use my fingers for this one. Let me just pounce it on first. Yeah, this one does give me a little bit more color to it. Now let me use that technique of punch it and pull. Yeah, and that one gives me more pigment when I do that technique. But you can see the color now. It's very pretty. Just for kicks, let me use the brush to blend it out. Yeah, this one's a pretty color. This one's very pretty. Yeah, it does blend out nice when you use the brush here on your cheeks. So again, Rose Radiant and Rose Ardent. Rose Radiant, Rose Ardent. May look a little similar on my cheeks, but this one has a little bit more color to it. But this one's not bad either. This one's not bad either. You just need to build it up if you're my skin tone. All right, let me just kind of wipe this off, and then we'll go for the deeper ones. Now let's go into this red shade. This is Rouge Franc. This one I think would be pretty. I did open this up. Again, I did get that whiff of that rose perfumey smell. And I'll have to see throughout the day if I can get a whiff of it, you know, whenever I turn my head. Sometimes if it's a perfumey scent, I'll get that whiff. But so far, just from opening it up, I did get that strong whiff. Okay, let's see. Let me use the brush first, because this one is deep, so I don't want to go too heavy. It's not bad. That one does give you a nice flush of color. Yeah, and I'm smelling the scent as I'm applying it with the brush. Keep that in mind. Actually, I like this one a lot better than the two previous ones. Yeah, that one's pretty with the brush. I like that. Use my finger. Let me start in the back first. Yeah, this one gives you more using your finger. Now let me use the brush to blend that out. Oh, I didn't swatch this one on my arm, so let me go ahead and do that now. So here is Rouge Franc. Yeah, this is a pretty, it's kind of like a brick red. Now let's go to the deepest one, and I know I'm gonna say it wrong. Grenat Profond, I believe that's how you say it, but this one is the deepest one. It's more like a berry. And let me swatch this one first. Yeah, see how it swatches? Very creamy. So here are the 4 shades that I did get. Let's try it. Let me start in the back first. All right, another one that just gives you a soft wash of color when you use the brush. It's not like a deep berry on my skin when you use a brush, but let's see how it works with the fingers. Yeah, using your fingers does give you more color payoff. Yeah, this one's pretty too. Yeah, I think I like the 2 deeper ones. Let me just kind of blend this one out. I don't think I'll apply more. I just need to blend it out. But I have to admit, these 2 I like a lot better than the first 2. I think the first 2, they're pretty, but it's a little bit light. These do have a little bit more color to it, and we'll see if it gives me 12 hours of wear. Oh, there's either a cat hair or a brush bristle. But yeah, I can see the difference between the 2. This one's a little bit more, I guess, redder. This one's a little bit more berry, more pinker. But just trying it on for the first time, I think my favorite one out of the 4 is this one. It's Rouge Franc. Just for kicks, I'm gonna go ahead and powder my face to see how this sets. So I'll be using the Chanel Healthy Sheer Glow Powder. This is in shade 60. So let me just, you know, kind of powder over it and see what happens. Wow, that looks good. That looks good on. Oh yeah, it really kind of sets it. That looks really nice. Yeah, after I powdered it, it looks good. Yeah, I kind of like these two better, but this one a little bit more. Okay, let me do a little bit comparison swatches here. Don't have that many cream to powder blushes. The only one that I have is from Suku, and they discontinued that line. This is the melting powder blush. I have to say the one from Chanel feels a little bit smoother, velvety. But let's put you in the middle here. Oh, it's similar to the last one. Oh, let me show it to you. But a little bit softer and lighter. And the Chanel one has a little bit more pigment, as you can see here from the swatch. And then let me swatch this one from Dior. It's not a cream to powder. This is a powder one. But I just recently got this and kind of reminded me of that deep berry shade here. Let me swatch you here. It's a little bit more purpley, I believe, and softer. I mean, this one gives you more pigment. At least watch. I did a short on YouTube, and one of y'all asked if I can compare it to the Healthy Winter Glow blushes that came out, I believe, the beginning of the year. So let's go in with this one, Rose Polaire. See, this one does come with a brush and a cover, which I'm surprised these don't. But this one is Rose Polaire. So let me put you in the middle here. Yeah, it's a little bit lighter and brighter, kind of like a Barbie pink, but I love this one. So yeah, I hope you can see the difference between these three. And then let's try this one, Mauve Glacé, and let's put you right there. I think it's closer to the first one, Rose Radiant. Let me swatch it next to it. Maybe a little bit more pinker, so I swatched it next to Rose Radiant. I hope the lighting would show there. I do have another red blush. This is from Armani, the liquid blushes. This is number 41, and let me swatch it next to, let me just swatch it here. And even though this isn't a cream to powder blush, but at least you can kind of see the difference in shade. This one is a little bit more redder, a little bit more pigmented, but I guess you could say it's in between these two. Rouge Franc and Grenat Profond, I believe that's how you pronounce it. So what do I think about these blushes? Just, you know, first impression here. The cons, you do smell it. I don't smell it now on my face, but again, I'll kind of, you know, go about my day and see if I can get a whiff. But right when you open up the packaging, you get that rose perfumey scent. The first two, which is Rose Radiant and Rose Ardent, they are a little bit light for me, especially when you use a brush. But when you use that technique, using your finger, you know, press and pull, even though we're not supposed to pull our mature skin, but you do get more color payoff doing it that way. These two are a better match for my skin tone. These two are very pretty. I do like this, and when you do use a brush, it does give you that soft wash of color. And if you want more intensity, just use your finger. I don't pretty much need to do that press and pull. I could just, you know, tap it on. But if you need more color, you can always do it that way. And whenever I set it with powder, it looks really good. And down below, I'll let you know if it lasts for up to 12 hours. What time is it now? It is 11:44. So we'll see how this wears. I'm not going to wear it for 12 hours today, but I have to say it looks really good, especially after I powdered it. We'll see if this lasts this way and sets and wears good. So I've had this makeup on for about 6 hours, and the blush still looks good. I don't see it fading anywhere or any patches. Still looks pretty good. Yeah, I have to admit, it still looks pretty good. And I have a feeling it's going to look good for a couple of hours. We're going out to dinner with our daughter and son-in-law and their little boy, and so it still looks pretty good. All right, back to the video. So other than the scent and the first one I tried, Rose Radiant, it's a little bit light. I can build it up if I want to, but again, if you're my skin tone or deeper, I would skip that one. But the other three I think will be great if you're, I think, all skin tones, because you can use a brush to soften it up or use your finger to intensify the look. And if you do decide to get these blushes, try setting it with powder and see how it looks. I am really liking it like this. It just kind of melts into the skin. I don't say it's giving me blurring effect, but it looks really good. It looks like my skin. So far I do like the blushes and the formula is not bad. But I'll try these several times in my favorites video. I'll let you know hopefully more about these blushes, but just first impression, I think it looks good. Just again, the scent and the lightest one is just a little too light for me. Still pretty, but a little light. Well, all right, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video of me trying the new Chanel Cream to Powder blushes. And if you liked and enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this, and you'll have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.